You are listening to Love, Light, Lonnie, the podcast. I'm Lonnie Nishiyama, and join me as we discover the gifts that live within all of us and how these gifts bring us together to love, help others, inspire, and of course, vibrate higher. Welcome to Love, Light, Lonnie. We are back, guys, for another episode. I am going to talk about something right out of the gates. I'm going to just tell you. It's karma. Karma. Karma is a bee. Literally a bee. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I'm I'm gonna die. So I literally went to one of my best friends, Lindsay. It was her birthday. She had this cool house that she rented out in LA on the outskirts where it's a lot warmer than by the beach where I live, because I live by the water and it's freezing all the time. So we go out there. I take the kids. They rented a pool house, like had this whole thing in Airbnb. I get there. But let me backtrack. Before we go to this party, we're getting ready here. I'm trying to get the kids together. You know, that takes like pretty much a year. My daughter's sitting here coloring on the floor. She starts screaming, and I run over. I'm like, what? And she's like, there's a bee. And I'm like, oh. And my instinct is there's a bee sitting next to my daughter, and I took a book and I smashed it. I know. Even I feel sad right now saying that. So I know. Lonnie, ridiculous. I love animals. I love insects, but when it's next to your kid and you think your kid's going to get stung, you're just going to kill it, right? So I killed the bee. Then my daughter looked at me and my son too, and they were like, did you just kill the bee? And I was like, yes. They're like, you can't kill a bee. It wasn't even hurting us. I'm like, well, you were screaming, you know? And anyways, I felt really bad because usually I will like capture it and let it go outside. Like I do appreciate Mother Nature and, you know, every soul living here. But if I'm going to protect a soul, it's going to be my kids. So we go to this party. We're driving down there. I'm still thinking about this bee. I'm a weirdo. My husband thinks I'm a freak that I'm even feeling sad about it. He's like, who cares? So we're at the party. We get our sunblock on. We go into the pool. The first thing that happens, I kid you not, I'm standing in the pool. I'm like, woo! I feel something fly into my top, my bathing suit top. I pull it over, stung. My first bee sting in my entire life, and I'm 37 years old. I literally was stung by a bee. I killed a bee that morning, and then I was stung by a bee. And karma's a bee. So literally, full circle, I deserved it. And I felt horrible about what I did, but that bee stinging me and then sacrificing its life and dying too because it stung me, I felt bad. The whole thing was just really karmically crazy and weird, and we were all laughing about it at the pool, but I was like kind of sad too. So that was a big lesson learned, and as much as I believe in karma with human beings, I have to remember karma is just a general energy that I have to be aware of because things happen. The thing about karma is it's something that you can't touch or feel or see physically. It's like love, it's like emotions. We can't see them. I mean, you see people react out of them, but you don't see them. You could have seen me react out of pain with this bee sting. And by the way, it was almost 2 weeks ago, and I still have like a rash here. I know, it was on my, yeah. So it was on my bee. So this whole thing is actually really funny. And my husband's name starts with a B. I felt terrible. I realized a lot of things that day. And even though we cannot see karma because it's not like my hand that is blocking or reflecting light physically, it exists, I believe. That was a perfect example where we shouldn't be talking bad about people. We shouldn't be doing anything bad about like to people, or thinking negative thoughts or wishing anything bad about them. It's like when sometimes I sit around and I'm talking to my friends and they say something about someone else, I'm kind of like, oh, okay, well, maybe this and that, because I know that like me talking crap about anybody is not a good thing. And they're probably doing the same. Actually, no, they are. I know people talk about me. I don't care anymore. I used to really be sensitive and care about those things, and it would give me anxiety, and now I like literally don't care. As the other lawnmower goes now. It's summertime, guys. It's constant down here, and we're by the water. It's like people are blasting their radios. I don't know what's happening. Apparently, everyone has a loud car. What happened to Teslas? So, karma is something that I've wanted to bring up recently because I feel like I've been experiencing a lot of it, whether it be good or bad. I know in my last podcast, I think I talked about like all these crazy things happening in the universe, and it's been really tough for all of us, and like it's been a hard time. We're all going and reflecting through all the things that we've suffered in life or have done to other people as well. Like, as much as I could sit here and say, oh, this person bullied me or this person was mean to me growing up, I'm sure I've done things to people too that made them feel bad. Maybe not in that same way, but in a different way. And I do feel bad. And I don't want to live like that anymore. I want to be as honest and pure as I can in that sense. And I'm not perfect. No one is. And we have to learn lessons. But shoot, like I should try my best. So I try not to judge. I try not to talk about people badly. And my life has been a lot better than it was before. A couple months ago, I felt like the worst anxiety. I was like, I can barely get out of bed. I just want to like get my kids to school, put on a happy face, but it was like not real. And now I'm waking up feeling like really good about myself. And things are happening in the universe. Like, I feel like my career is going to go in a different direction. I feel like my family's doing really well. I feel like people are healthier. I feel like things are going, people around me are growing their families and getting married and buying a new house, whatever it may be. And everything is starting to happen for all of us. And I think it's because we had to go through a dark time and realize what we have done in our lives and what we needed to learn and grow from. And now we're all like, let's put out the good juju because I need it back. So I am super stoked that we're in this new time, this new era. And I'm like really excited because karma is everything I see around me. I literally will walk by a sign in a store and it's like karma. I'm like, okay. I turn on the radio. It's Taylor Swift. Karma. I'm, listening to things on the radio, podcast. I'm watching reality TV and seeing karma. Things happen. Okay, I know this is so annoying, but like I do watch Vanderpump Rules, and embarrassingly. And it's not embarrassing, Lonnie. Don't be mean. Okay. So I do watch Vanderpump Rules, and I saw everything that happened with the Scandival. Why am I talking about this? It's embarrassing. But I saw that, in that situation, someone was not being honest and not being faithful and not being true and honestly not saying good things about their partner. And when Tom did that, look at Ariana now. She's blowing up. But I didn't like how she kind of was rude at the reunion and saying mean things about Rachel. But at the same time, karma's real. So hopefully she continues her good karma and lives in that truth and doesn't say anything negative that's going to come back and bite her. I hope you can hear me with the 3,000 lawnmowers happening right now. I think every dad got really excited that the sun was out. So I saw that. I also saw like something about the Kardashians and how they're fighting or whatever, but I have friends that have worked for them and worked for Kim and have said that she's actually like a very particular but lovely human being, always kind, shows up on time, is really professional, and I respect that. And because of it, she's seen success. She's come from a situation that was really tough. I mean, her fame came from something kind of negative, and she's turned it into something that helps others, and she's in a field where she can help people in law and other things. So I just love that, and she's all about the justice system. I don't know if I'm saying it right. My best friend who's a lawyer is going to kill me, but I just feel like she really is trying to help people now that need it. So everything happens for a reason. Now an airplane. Can I get a break? I recently just went to Sedona, which is like the most magical place on earth. I've never been there, even though I've been to a lot of places in my life. That was just one I've never ventured into. And I went there with my mom because it was just a nice mother-daughter experience. And, you know, my mom and I, we've had ups and downs in life, but honestly, she's a wonderful human being. She wants to give me the world, and I am so blessed to have my mom. I would not be the person I am without my mom. She is literally one of the kindest, sweetest, most giving people I've ever met in my entire life. So I had the best time. It was her and her best friend, and then my mom's best friend's daughter, who I adore, is like a cousin to me. And we just had the best time, and it was so relaxing, really short-lived. I wish I was there for another 100 days, but I got to get away from my family, my kids, which is a good thing. It's good to get away sometimes. And really kind of found peace. I think I've been going through a lot the last couple of years with my life, and I finally found peace and like feel good about where I'm at in my life. And I'm not gonna like live in a dark, negative, anxious filled environment anymore. I'm like ready to come out of that, and I'm sure that will still be there because I need the negative to have the positive. You need the dark to have the light. But I want to be on a different playing field. And karma is all part of that. So now I'm dedicated to, of course, continuing on with like my hosting career and being in entertainment, but I want to do it in a way where I can help people, in a way where it's fun, in a way where it's a learning, growing experience, like always, because I'm not here to just talk about celebrities all day, although I just did, Scandival. But I'm also here to try my best to be an example, even though I'm not the greatest example. I know that if we all had discussions about how we can improve our lives, like the world would just be a better place. And we need to start lifting each other up. I understand we needed all these movements to see change in the world, but I also believe in lifting each other up. Like, I don't like the cancel culture. I don't like any of that stuff. Like, we can do better. So I'm here to do that. I'm here to stand for that. And I am sick of just sitting in the back being like, let's be woo-woo and like help each other and grow. Like, yes, it's important, but let's do something about it. Let's put some action to it. So I am going to start doing that now. You're going to see some things coming out. I'm really excited. I want to do more community service and put things out there. And also, I want to move into a space where we're all thriving and working together to create a media that is good for us. I know that TV's pretty much dead, cable's gone. You're soon going to see networks leave. But I want to see in this new era of like people creating their own content, doing it in a way that helps each other and is really fun. And I see it happening. Super stoked. So that's all I have to say about that. And I guess in the last note is karma's real for me. I don't know if it is for you, but if you do believe in it, then send out a nice little gesture or energy exchange with someone today, because you just never know how it's going to come back and bless you. Thank you. Peace.